We're tracking the investigation into a burglary and shooting here in Lexington.
A Pulaski County man who avoided jail time 2 years ago in connection to a DUI crash was sentenced to 10 years today after admitting to driving drunk again.
It happened less than 1 week ago, but a reward is already being offered for information in the hit and run death of a 71-year-old Berea man.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Good afternoon from WKYT News. I'm Bill Bryan. Barb has the day off. Here's what's happening at noon. A man is recovering this midday after a home invasion and shooting in Lexington. It happened on Mount Foraker Drive about 9:30 this morning. The victim says he woke up to find two men in his house who then attacked and shot him. And as WKYT's Sam Smith reports from the scene, two nearby schools went on heightened alert for a time while police searched for the suspects. Let's go to him now.
Police were called out here around 9:30 this morning. They say a man was home asleep before he heard a noise inside his house. He got up to investigate what the noise was, and he was confronted by two men. One of the men showed a handgun and shot the man. Police say the man fell over and the suspects fled on foot. The victim didn't notice a getaway vehicle. The victim was able to call 911 though. He was rushed to the hospital with undisclosed injuries. No word on if anything was taken from inside the home. Police say this is a reminder burglaries can happen any time of day.
People don't understand that, we do have a lot of burglaries in the daytime. We don't just have burglaries at night. All you can do really is just be diligent about locking things up. Neighbors watching out for each other helps a lot. If you see somebody on your streets not supposed to be there, it always helps to make a phone call.
By the request of police, Seton Catholic School and Squires Elementary were on heightened alert following this burglary. That means no one was allowed outside of the school's building. In Lexington, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Sam, thank you very much. And police say there was a burglary on that street recently. The suspects in both cases have similar descriptions. A Southern Kentucky father charged with his second DUI in 2 years was back in court this morning. A probation violation hearing was held for Jimmy Jasper in Pulaski County. In 2013, Jasper admitted to being drunk during a crash that badly injured his 12-year-old daughter. He was arrested again last month for being drunk in the drive-thru of the Dairy Queen in Somerset. WKYT's Mark Barber is in Somerset now with more on how long Jasper will be spending behind bars. Mark?
The judge did not give Jimmy Jasper any jail time back in 2013, but he did give him a stern warning, saying if he ever drove under the influence again, he would be incarcerated for a long time. The judge made good on his word today. The judge said he would not be keeping the community safe if he allowed Jasper to stay on probation, so he sentenced him to 10 years. The Pulaski County man was arrested last month after police say he admitted to driving under the influence again. Officers tell us Jasper told them he was drunk when he drove from a Dairy Queen drive-thru to Kentucky Utilities. The employees at the Dairy Queen called police for help, claiming Jasper was harassing them. 2 years ago, Jasper stood before the same judge and admitted to drinking 12 cans of beer and being under the influence of drugs when he was driving with his 12-year-old daughter. The girl was seriously hurt when he crashed into a fence. Jasper was sentenced to 10 years in prison, but the judge probated it when his daughter asked the prosecutors to keep her father out of jail. This morning, he apologized to his daughter while she cried in court.
We're really very upset for Jaden. She's the one suffering more than anybody because she's her daddy's girl. She loves him. And it's just going to be very hard on the family.
We asked Jasper if he wanted to talk about the judge's decision from the detention center. He did not. In Pulaski County, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you. And Jasper will get credit for time served. A reward is now being offered in a deadly hit-and-run case out of central Kentucky. Berea police say someone driving a red truck hit and killed 71-year-old Billy Croucher last Friday evening at the corner of Prospect and Forest Streets. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is in Madison County now with the latest on the search for the suspects in this Crime Tracker report.
Officers here at the Berea Police Department say it's not only rare for money to be offered this early into an investigation, but say it's also highly unusual for the department itself to put up a reward. Berea police say someone driving a red pickup hit and killed 71-year-old Billy Croucher at the corner of Prospect and Forest Street late Friday night. They say whoever hit the 71-year-old then took off, and now investigators and Croucher's loved ones are searching for answers and that red truck, which is why the police department is now offering a $1,000 reward for information leading to an arrest and conviction for the death of Croucher. Investigators say whoever hit the 71-year-old and left him in the middle of the street had to have known they hit something. Police say the early reward offer is because they feel time is crucial in finding the person responsible and giving the family some answers.
It's unusual for us to offer a reward at all in any kind of case. But in this one, you know, it's very tragic because this gentleman lost his life. On top of that fact, we just don't have any information, so you know, we felt it was appropriate in this case.
Anyone with information is asked to give the Berea Police Department a call or to send them a message through the department's Facebook page. In Madison County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Hillary, thank you very much. Now, again, that vehicle the police are looking for is a red pickup truck with damage to the front driver's side. Well, it is another pleasant, wonderful day here in the Bluegrass, but enjoy that while it lasts because some big changes, it looks like, are headed this way for the weekend. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell is live for us in our First Alert Weather Center with an early look at the forecast. Jim?
Those clouds that people start seeing out there today, Bill, that's the leading edge of the change that'll be settling in for your weekend. And starting with tomorrow with those showers. Now, we look at some of the locations across Kentucky right now. We're fine temperature-wise. Very nice day with mid-70s. A few upper 70s are also creeping into the area. Clouds showing up a little more so down in southeastern Kentucky, and that's where the clouds will really start to show up first. Defender quiet throughout the entire area, but as mentioned, changes are coming. Let's give you a breakdown. Showers are on the increase as we move into your Friday, starting early on Friday morning. Much needed rains. It's going to be a little more active, I think, by tomorrow night. And then we look at Saturday, scattered showers, maybe even a thunderstorm or two could come calling. That's something we'll be tracking and watching very closely as we move forward. But finally getting some rain in the area. We'll take a closer look at all of this coming up.
All right, I guess the beautiful stretch couldn't last forever, but we'll enjoy today. Thank you, Jim. Pope Francis addressed a joint meeting of Congress this morning. He called on lawmakers to help the middle class and the poor and for dialogue on a range of issues from immigration to the death penalty. Weijia Jiang has the report on that from Washington.
Pope Francis received a standing ovation as lawmakers welcomed him to the heart of the U.S. government. He is the first pope to address a joint meeting of Congress.
You are the face of its people. They are representatives.
His speech focused on topics familiar to these lawmakers, including climate change and religious extremism.
A delicate balance is required to combat violence perpetrated in the name of a religion.
On immigration, Francis called for greater understanding of those who come to the U.S. looking for a better life.
We must not be taken aback by the numbers, but rather view them as persons, seeing their faces and listening to their stories.
Seated behind the Pope were Vice President Joe Biden and House Speaker John Boehner, the highest-ranking Catholics in the U.S. government. Outside the Capitol, thousands watched and listened to the Pope on large monitors, among them Father Andrew Royals, who had one of the hottest tickets in town.
I was not aware of how hot it was, although a couple of people have come up to me and asked me if I have had tickets.
The Pope concluded his speech with a call to protect the family and to focus on the nation's children.
God bless America.
After a lunchtime visit with Catholic Charities workers and homeless people, Pope Francis will head to Joint Base Andrews for an afternoon flight to New York City. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, Washington.
And tonight, the Pope will attend prayers at New York's St. Patrick's Cathedral. Tomorrow, he will address the United Nations General Assembly. More than 100 people are on their way to see the Pope this midday from central Kentucky. The group left around 6 o'clock this morning from Pax Christi Church on Victoria Way in Lexington. They're traveling by bus to Philadelphia. The Pope will be in the city of brotherly love on Saturday to hold an open-air public mass. Church members say this is a once-in-a-lifetime trip.
It's kind of surreal still in a way.
Very surreal.
And to be among all the people of different walks of life and to share the common bond that we share, it's going to be beautiful.
There are several other Kentucky congregations that are making the trip up to Philadelphia as well. This morning, UK basketball coach John Calipari got to hear Pope Francis speak during that joint meeting of Congress. There's a picture of him with Congressman Brett Guthrie outside the U.S. Capitol. Bryan Station High School's new interim principal has only been on the job about 30 days, but he's already making changes that he says are helping the school's culture. Bryan Station was called out in a diagnostic report by the Kentucky Department of Education this spring for being deficient in multiple areas. The school also had the most fights last year compared to all other Lexington high schools.
I've been here 29 days, a little bit more than that, and I've been cussed out on the phone by parents and, not liking decisions I've made and things I've done. So there's a trust that we have to build with parents and the community so that they know that we're in it for their students.
In an exclusive interview, McMillian explains to WKYT's Miranda Combs his plans for this school year and the changes that he says that are already working. Well, a stampede during one of the last rituals of the Hajj season has killed hundreds of people in Saudi Arabia. We'll have the latest coming up on Kentucky's #1 midday news. Also ahead, pop superstar Taylor Swift gets a corny tribute just in time for Halloween. We'll show you her likeness from a farm in Maryland. That's coming up on WKYT News at noon.